everybody. I'm Tom LeBlanc. I'm the editorial director for Commercial Integrator. Today, I'm very happy to be joined by Chuck Collins from Digital Projection Inc. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
Doing great. So we are in full pre-InfoComm mode, kind of leading up to InfoComm 2019. And obviously, you guys will have a big presence at the show. Talk to us a little bit about what you're excited about people experiencing when they come to visit Digital Projection at InfoComm.
Sure, yeah. Well, we're going to have the biggest booth that we've had, I think. It's a 50 by 60 foot booth. It's on a major aisle, so no one will have any trouble finding us. And the booth is really going to be divided into two areas. The front area will have all of our products that people know and love as static units mounted on pedestals. So they'll be able to walk up to each chassis and look at the key specs and look at the inputs and the lenses and all of that kind of stuff. And we'll have the single chip projectors, the eVision chassis, the mVision chassis, which is the brightest single chip projector on the market, and then our 3-chip projectors, which are the highlight, Titan, and Insight projectors. So those will all be on pedestals at the front of the booth. And then we'll have a fairly gigantic 4K 1.2 millimeter radiance fine pitch LED wall. So people may not realize that we have LED products as well, but we'll have that there. And Richard Hill will be stationed there, and he'll be able to show all kinds of great content, as well as a bunch of different sample panels of all the resolutions that we offer for the Radiance. And then in the back of the booth, in a kind of a light-controlled environment, we'll have a couple of projector screens above the entrances to that, so people will understand that there is another part of the booth. But in the back there, we'll show our Insight 8K, which we introduced last year. We'll have that because it was so popular and it's really doing great for us. And then on either side of that, in separate areas, we'll have a couple of very innovative products. On the right side will be our new Insight 4K HFR 360. And the reason why we call it that is it's capable of showing 3 4K stereo images at the same time. So if a person just walks right up there without any 3D glasses on, they'll see a big mess on the screen. But you put those 3D glasses on, and there's 3 discrete stereo signals coming out. And so it's meant as a very collaborative tool. So picture, if you will, a model of something, say an airplane, and person number 1 puts on their glasses, and they may be able to look at the propeller, while the second person could look at the cockpit, while the third person could look at the wings. So it's one picture, but varied perspectives, and so people could collaborate on building that plane better, perhaps. So that'll be on the right side. Very interesting display. On the left side, we're going to show what we're calling a technology demonstration. And what that will be are a couple of remote projector heads. So inside the head will be the lens and the prism assembly that'll hold either 4K chips or high-def chips. And the lighting and all the electronics, the illumination system and all the electronics will be somewhere else in the booth. And we're showing that the future of projectors may be just projector heads. And so imagine a very quiet, small box that can project tens of thousands of lumens. And so we'll be showing that in the other space.
Wow, a lot of stuff to not just look at, but kind of interact with. So that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of the coolest booths we've had.
Very exciting. All right, but let's look at it this way. If you're an attendee and, like somebody comes to visit Digital Projection at the show, is there one sort of takeaway that you hope they walk away from the booth, understanding?
Yeah, I think the overall theme of the booth is we're your display product source from all the normal projectors that people use day in and day out, from the single chip to the 3-chip, as well as the fine pitch LED. but we also have some super innovative and pushing the envelope type of projectors as well. So we want everyone to understand that we can build very inexpensive utilitarian projectors, and we can build really innovative projectors as well.